Good morning. I have already started, we are doing the twisted knit stitch. I have already started this with the left hand first. With the left hand. Let me start over. We are doing the twisted knit stitch. I have already started with my base chain of 10. This stitch can be done in any number combination. You can do it in even number, odd number. Normally when we go in to do the knit stitch, you have your two bars here, front and back. We would go in between, then pick up a yarn over. I'm having trouble today. Then yarn over and pull up our loop through there. However, we are not going to do that with the twisted knit stitch. Boy, I don't know what the problem is today with my left hand. It's just not cooperating. But with this stitch, what we are going to do is we are going to take that next bar, if I can get this in the right position. We're going to take this next bar. You're going to pull that bar to the far left and go in between that stitch. You're going to pull that, go in between, then yarn over, pull up your stitch. Again, for this next stitch, we are going to yarn, take our hook, pull that over to the far left, go in between, then yarn over and pull up our stitch. Again, the next stitch, you're going to pull that bar to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a stitch. Well, if you can get it in between. Again, you're going to go into that next stitch here. You've got the two stitches here. You see that? You're going to pull that bar to the far left, go in between those two stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again, pull the next bar over. I can get it picked up. This first row is always difficult for me. Yarn over, pull up that loop. Pull that loop in between those two bars. Go into your next stitch here, pull it over, go through, pull it over. Use your fingers too. Yarn over, pull that. You've got your back loop. Yarn over, pull up that loop. Again, you're going to do this for your next stitch. Yarn over, pull it to the far left for that next stitch. You've got two stitches here. Going to pull it to the far left. Go in. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You're going to do that all the way across to the end. And I think I had chain 10. And this first row can be somewhat difficult because I tend to tighten up with my first row. I've got one more stitch to pull. Pull to the far left. Go in between. yarn over. Boy, fingers are just not cooperating today. And then we get to this last stitch, and as usual, you are going to go through the last two. This sometimes is called the neat stitch. Some call it the end stitch. And then our return pass is normal as usual, which is yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two, can you tell my arthritis is bad today? Yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, oops, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, not three, yarn over, pull through two. All the way to the end. All right, we're going to repeat that row. So we are going to bring our hook. We're going to pull that over, then in between, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again, take our hook, pull that loop over, go in between, yarn over, pull up a loop. Pull that loop over to the far left, go in between, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Again, pull that loop over to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a loop. You're going to repeat this across to your very last stitch. Again, pull that stitch over to the far left, go in between. Oh, that's tight. I don't know why I got that so tight. All right, pull that over. Use your back. You can use your other fingers too. Yarn over, pull up that loop. Use your hook to bring your yarn over where you want it. You're going to manipulate it. Bring that to the far left. Go in between. Pull up a loop. Again, your next stitch, you're going to pull that loop as far over to the left as you can. Don't be afraid to use your fingers to make that go the way you want it to go. We've got one more stitch before we get to the last stitch. Pull that to the far left. Go in between, yarn over, pull up a stitch. And then we get to our last stitch, which we are going to go through the two, like normal, two vertical bars at the end, yarn over, pull up a stitch. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two, all the way to the end. Now, I know you guys can see me struggling with that. That is because my left, I tighten up so much. And I know I do that. But you know, if you'd like to challenge yourself, here's a way you can challenge yourself. If you are right-handed, do this left-handed. If you are left-handed, do this right-handed. Okay, now we're going to repeat this again. Pull our stitch to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a loop. Pull our stitch to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a stitch. Pull our yarn over to the far left, go in between. Oops. Okay. And pull up a stitch. Yarn over. Oops, not yarn over. Pull that to the far left, yarn over, pull up a stitch. Pull that to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a stitch. Pull that again to the far left, go in between, yarn over, pull up a stitch. And you're going to repeat that across to the end. Oops. And yeah, you're going to see me struggle with this left-handed sometimes. My arthritis, like today, is pretty bad. And then we'll go through the last two for the neat stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Then your return pass is as normal. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over, pull through two all the way across. Which, when you are challenging yourself, if you are challenging yourself, remember that your tension is going to be a little different depending on your hands, which ones you're using. I know with my left hand I do tend to get a little tighter in my tension. And it does show. Now, what you're going to see is this creates a thick fabric, and it does twist. With the left-handed, it twists off to the opposite side. Now for the end stitch, when I call it the neat stitch, what you're going to see is this nice, neat little row this way. But you'll notice that it is the opposite from the first part of the row. The back looks like a normal garter stitch. But yeah, this is the twisted knit stitch. And I hope you enjoyed that stitch. I hope you enjoyed laughing at me as I struggled for some reason this week. Like I said, the arthritis is bad in the hands today. So that is it. Next week we will be doing the arrow stitch.